Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome to Sacred Mothering Mondays. Today, Orion and I have been spending time with my dear sister Joy, who is so close to having her baby Violetta in October. And we are just so excited. We've been unpacking and rearranging and just really nesting and creating a cozy space for this beautiful home birth that's going to occur. And I am so pumped. I love pregnancy and I love just seeing Joy embodying this process so beautifully. And we've been dancing and listening to music and going on walks all day. And it's been really, really nourishing for all of us. Being in this vortex of sisterhood is just the most potent and nourishing experience for me, and it continues to just open up new doors of myself and this co-creative process of enjoyment. And yeah, I'm so grateful. Joy is going to come on today and we're going to have some questions and answers, and it should be really fun. Hello, everyone. This is Joy, my dear, dear sister, and this is Violetta.
She's in here.
Oh my goodness. The sweetest. We are both just so excited for Violetta's coming, and like I mentioned, she's going to be here in October, and just, yeah, working together to create space for these beautiful babies to come into the world, and feeling so grateful for this sisterhood of support that we're able to give to one another. And yeah, Joy is here to support me in making this video, to support all of you, because we just love mothering and the idea of being able to share this journey with each other and learn from each other and grow with each other. Joy is gonna today ask some questions, and I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability. And so we're really excited to be witnessed in this process.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So yes, I would just like to quickly mention that Bridget is an angel in my life, and that she has really, and I always get teary, but she has really helped me so much on my mothering journey. I really have had, fears come up along the way, and just being able to ask her questions and see her modeling has been infinitely valuable to me and us, to the baby, to my partner, my husband. So thank you, Bridget. And yeah, and I was just reflecting. I was like, okay, what do I want to ask? And one question that is still kind of at the forefront of my mind that I think will be really helpful to mamas early in pregnancy, as well as later if you haven't made a final decision yet, is how, if you have any suggestions around the process of picking a midwife or a doula.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big thing with picking midwives. For me personally, I didn't really know how I was going to go about that process, and I actually waited until I was around 5 months pregnant to decide on the path in which I was going to take, because growing up in a culture where it was normal to go into the hospital and have an OBGYN, like I didn't really know that there was an alternative until I heard that there was such thing as doulas and midwives. And I actually went to my naturopath first, and he recommended prenatals, and it's a person that I really, really trust, you know. So he recommended my midwife, who is Marie Wakefield, and she's amazing. But the process in which I went through to decide was I had a few different people that I called, and most of them were booked because I was 5 months pregnant. So most women get their midwives early. And so I was like, oh, wow, like there's no midwives available, you know? So I kept calling, and Marie was the one of them that was available. And I was like, let's have an interview. And so I went in and I got to meet her, and I just felt in my body that she was going to be capable of holding the space necessary for the process that I was going to go through for the next 4 months. And part of that for me was learning that she had a very hands-off approach. All midwives are different in doing pelvic checks or just like how much they want to intervene in the pregnancy process and in the birth. And Marie is a very hands-off approach. So we didn't do any pelvic checks. We did heartbeat listening, and really what our meetings were about is asking, how are you feeling? Do you have any concerns? You know, really trusting that the mama knows, you know, so if I come to her with any concerns or with a feeling that's not right in my body, like I know that she's going to be there to answer and to listen and also not create fears in me first and foremost. You know, it's really just like hearing like what I need. And she definitely was there for me. Like every time I called and I was like, he hasn't moved today or something. Like if it was just, you know, a new mama thing where I'm like feeling concerned, like she was always there to be like, okay, like tell me a little bit more about what's going on. And so I knew that I was going to be held through the experience, and I totally was, through the birth and everything. It was more than I could have imagined with the support of my midwife and with choosing a doula. So for the mamas that don't know what doulas are, because it is kind of a newer concept, doulas are more of the emotional support aspect of birthing and even prenatal and postpartum care. They oftentimes are like the support for the partner and for the mama. And in my case, I had 2 doulas who were my main support people, and I was able to choose them. We met at a coffee shop and really just like hung out, and I was like, do I resonate with your energy, and am I able to, we developed a really good friendship, and that's really what I was needing, was like just some really deep sister nourishment that was like, I'm here for you, I'm gonna come and like be there for you and answer questions and give you massage and listen to what you're going through and allow you to cry when you need to cry and just hold that space for, you know, I had so much that I was going through with pregnancy, you know, and especially being a single mama, and just like that feeling of needing support. And so having doulas there that are like trained in what they're doing to be able to provide that support was really amazing for me. And it's amazing to have the sisterhood and in the form of doulas, but also since then I've been able to expand to having support from other sisters, and it's been really amazing. So yeah, I would say just like listening to your heart and to your gut, and like if the relationship feels authentic and nourishing, then it's likely that it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just helped me a lot just now. Yeah. Get a lot of downloads.
Thank you for the question.
I'm actually feeling really drawn in this moment. I know we're on video. I just want to ask you, Bridget, if you'll be my doula.
Oh my gosh.
Will you be my doula? Like my main doula?
Yes.
You will?
Yes. I would love to be at your birth. I would love to be at your birth. Yeah. I know we've been talking about that.
Yeah,
and
it's just like, I just really trust you and I feel comfortable with you. And I know there's other women that we've kind of talked about, but it just feels like I don't think anybody would make me feel as nourished or loved or comfortable as you would. So
I love you.
Like,
I love you. Oh my God. Yes, I would love that.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we'll talk
Thank
more
you.
about that.
Yeah, we will. Wow.
Moment.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Okay, good.
I'm honored. That's so special that I get to witness you in the most powerful and potent experience. You're so beautiful.
We need Bridget and her energy.
Oh my gosh.
She's one of my mamas.
Yay. Yeah, we will work it. We're going to do it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wow.
And do you want another question?
I would love it if you have one.
Okay. I'm sure there's one more.
Wow.
Okay, let me see. I would ask, in terms of like self-care during pregnancy, like what was most valuable for you? Like I know we both love dancing and like we're gonna go tonight.
Yeah.
I love dancing. It's such a sacred thing, but I'm just curious, anything about dancing and or anything else that was helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. So dancing is a huge one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like moving the body. A lot of even Western doctors will say like walking. Dance is definitely that for me. Like I walked for sure. Just movement. Resting too. So having the two, like the excitement, body movement, energy expulsion, and also equal amounts, if not more, of rest. So I was working part-time during my whole pregnancy, and I definitely would go for 4 hours of work, and then I would come home and sleep for 2 hours, and like every day take a really nice long nap. And about the stage that you're at, like 7, almost 8 months, I actually even cut back and stopped working because I was just in a space that my body was telling me like, we're doing a lot of work, like you need to rest more. And so just really like nourishing my body. In another video I talked about the nutrition that you take in, so just taking in a lot of really healthy and whole nutrition, and then resting your body, and also like enjoying where you're at. Like, 8, 9 months, like you're big and beautiful, and like it's the last few months until you have like a human that you are caring for. So like really, like if you have a concert you want to go to the concert, like dance your butt off, like have so much fun, like you can totally do that when baby's here, but it definitely takes a few months of like integrating into motherhood before you, like for me, before I was able to like go into the world and like start exploring with baby. So really just like, taking on the things that feel good to you, and taking the rest that you need.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited to go dance tonight and just nourish you, and
it's just such an important reminder for me about rest, because even like I just want to empathize with other mamas who may feel like guilt or shame or whatever feelings, frustration, etc. Around like just not being able to do as much. Like Bridget helped me so much. God, I always want to cry. Bridget helped me so much today. Like she set up everything in the baby's room, which is our room. She's gonna go sleep like close to us, and she just like helped me put everything in the drawers, and she helped us set up our entire apartment and decorate and make it this like sacred homey space for the babe when she gets here. But it's like I felt a little tired at points, and I would sit down and I'm just like, Bridget's working harder than me at my own home. And, it like brought up that like feeling of like, man, but then it's like, Violetta deserves rest, and I need to honor her, and I know you understand, and I'm grateful to have a sister who understands. So I would say, first of all, honoring yourself. Second, honoring yourself and your baby, and then also just surround yourself with sisters that you trust and that love you and that get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that you don't have to, you can process it, or you can let it go and just be like, I need a nap, and that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's such an equal exchange, because like you and our other dear sister Lauren, who's living here, show up for me in the ways that are like, if I'm needing rest or if I'm tired and just like need a break, like Orion is so more than excited to spend time with you and with Lauren. And it's like, that really is helpful to me in those times when I need rest. So like for us to be able to show up for each other when we can and in the ways that we can is like, it's, the nourishment that we need. And so thankful for sisterhood. And like, that's really what this is all about, is like, we are networking and creating that sister bonding so that we can all feel nourished and all have the energy to take care of one another and ultimately take care of our children. So
speaking of that, you guys want to see Orion?
Orion! He just got back from a walk with Lauren.
Hi. Here you go.
Tesla wants in too.
You say hi, baby.
Say hi.
Hi.
Look over here.
Say hi, mamas. All right, look.
He wants to say
There
hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. That feels beautiful. Unless you want anything else.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. This is so
I
wonderful.
think he's kind of sleepy.
Yeah, he's
Like, you
definitely.
We're taking a bit closer. Sing song. Oh,
Yeah. What song do we want to sing?
Make one up. Oh, Ryan, you're the main act. Like, who is that guy?
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for... Yeah. You said it, babe. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. And please, again, if you have any questions or want to reach out, my email will be in the description section. And
So exciting.
we would more than love to hear
Contact
from
her.
you. Thank you.
Love you.